How do I stop feeling guilty about taking time off, about not following the rigid Monday to Friday 9 to 5 structure in my own business? This is a question that comes up again and again, and for me as well, although less so after many years struggling with the same concern. And it's a little counterintuitive because the whole point, and this is the point of breaking free from that 9 to 5 structure, is that we're breaking free from that structure. And yet it's so firmly ingrained in our brains, in our habits, from school, from years of that education system. I've spoken to teachers who, of course, have had to continue that schooling system afterwards. But for us too, who haven't followed that academic path in the corporate world, having the same Monday to Friday. And yes, most people tell me it's not 9 to 5, it's 8 till 8 or till 10 or whatever, which is even worse. For me, when I first rebelled against that structure, I went through what I like to call my hippie phase, when I didn't want an alarm clock in the morning, I didn't really have much structure, and I just went where the energy went. And of course, that wasn't necessarily the most effective, but it was certainly a much needed phase, having been in that structure for so long. Now, I then moved to the UK and met somebody who had their own 9 to 5 job, and I fell back into that 9 to 5 routine. Right now, I'm constrained, as it were, by the fact that we have our kids, and of course that's a choice, at nursery, so in daycare, 3 days a week, and that's how I structure my time. But how can you stop feeling guilty if you've made these choices to not have any kind of structure at all, or perhaps to have the 9 to 5, and yet sometimes you want to go to the hairdressers or the doctors, or finish a little early, or do your exercise, or whatever it is. And when you have children and you're working within this time, you've chosen to work 3 days a week, how can you feel good about working those 3 days, and sometimes less because of illnesses or whatever, and not feel like you should be doing more? This is the question I'm addressing on the podcast, so I'll leave the answers for the episode, but I'd love to understand from you, do you feel this guilt? Is this something that resonates for you? And I imagine it will be so for many of you, because again, it comes up again and again. It's so deeply ingrained in our brains, in our routine, that we have to follow what is actually a pretty arbitrary structure that even corporations are now beginning to question and challenge, thanks to the last few years and the increase in hybrid working arrangements and possibly the 4-day work week and so on. Productivity is not about the hours clocked. We're no longer working in factories, clocking in, clocking out. It's the conveyor belt is going at a certain pace. We're in the knowledge economy. We need to have creativity. We need time off. We need to take care of our mental and physical well-being. We're generating results and making an impact, not just putting out this output based on the input that we have put in. It's not about the hours. And there are so many statistics and studies that we can look at that say we only do 2 hours and 53 minutes of effective work per day. Well, in that case, thank you very much. I'd rather do those 3 hours, let's call it, 5 times a week, boom, 15 hours done. And I've achieved as much as another person who is allegedly working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. So do you feel this guilt when you're not following those very structures that in fact you have been trying to escape? Do you have any solutions for addressing that guilt? What's worked for you? I'm sharing my thoughts on this over on the podcast. So you can go to reimaginingsuccesspodcast.com, or you can search Reimagining Success on your favourite podcast app. And of course, if you subscribe, you'll get the new episode every week, Monday morning.